Hey everyone, this is Dan, the GM, bringing you episode 129 of What the Dice. Now, we're doing a quick push for Spotify ratings. All you have to do is head over to the home page of What the Dice on Spotify, hit the three little dots, and hit the rating system. All you need to do is listen to one episode and it will let you rate. And if you're already here, you're already able to do that. Now, we are looking for any amount of stars. I would prefer 5, but I will take whatever I can get. It's going to help us fight those algorithms that Spotify has and help our small little podcast grow. That's all I've got. Enjoy this week's episode, my friends. This is What the Dice. I'm Dan the GM, and you're listening to episode 129. We walk up to the storyteller's campsite. We can hear the ocean off in the distance, and we have our cloak pulled up over our heads from the blistering wind that is blowing. Our feet crunch down on the thick ice underneath the freshly fallen snow. As we get to the campsite, it's different. There's a campfire set up, but it's not lit. And as we look around, there are snowmen, one where we normally sit, and one where the storyteller sits, with a book made of snow. We look around and we don't see the storyteller, but the door is open. We step into his hut, and we can see him warming his hands by the fire. Welcome. Come in, and shut the door. It's bitter cold out, and I had just finished decorating for the winter season. He points towards the stool that we have become accustomed to while inside. Sit. Let us continue our tale. Seems as if the adventurers are being told to meet Lucas and the family. There's something strange about this man who has no bravery, who calls out from the shadows. Kalila is wary. Defibulus is intrigued. And Faye, well, Faye's always been one to hide her emotions. And with the addition to the strange skeleton she summoned, the four move deeper into the Maranda. In the last episode, you guys dug in deep and found a strange, rotted corpse, which Faye quickly turned to a less smelly bone man that had a datapad that was a man during the actual time frame, explaining why he was hiding and that he doesn't trust a man named Lucas. Taking this datapad to the up and down tube to see if it is the right one, you began to search for some form of connection, and during the time, the strange voice came over the intercom, letting you know that he is waiting to see you and that the family isn't going to be too much of a bother, that most of them are asleep. Then you hear a large door roll and rattle open.
Also, don't forget Skellingsworth.
And that's where we're going to pick up.
Mr. Skellingsworth is guarding the hallway behind us.
Who wants to take the lead down this path?
I bet that door is the one that we peeked into earlier.
I have inclination to agree. You want to take the lead on this one, Miss Trap Seeker?
Sure, let's go.
Down the hallway.
As you walk into this hallway and you see that this door is fully open, you do pass another body with the same strange circular injury, but you don't see the enforcer. Once you step inside, you see tons of these strange addicted laid out on cots and bedding, sleeping. On the far corner, there is a door that has a strange electrical spark to it
and above, a screen lights up.
Hoi hoi, chumma.
You see a tall, elven man. His eyes are gaunt, and one is silver with a purple hue to the eye. His ears are tipped in solid gold. His hair is dreaded back, and he is in a suit. Seems like it is tailored to him, but old. It is threadbare on some spots, and it looks like the sleeve might be ripped. He is shuffling cards as he is looking towards the camera.
Now, my chumma friends, I welcome you. I am Lucas. Now, my family about here are sleeping. Yeah, head on over to the hallway there to the east a bit. You'll find a supply closet with a couple of them injectables that might give you a hand. As you see, the electrified wall in front of you has become quite a bother. There are supplies and nuyen aplenty, as well as equipment that my family so needs to survive. Storage of injectables that we have come accustomed to. Now, the ones here are fam. They will leave you alone as long as you and I are working together. Does that make sense, my chummas?
Question.
Yes, my diminutive friend.
Rude. Why do you keep calling everyone fish bait?
What do you mean, chumma?
Yeah, chum equals fish bait.
Ah, I see. You are not from our area. Now, my friend, we call each other chumma as a way of showing respect for each other on the street. I'm assuming you are runners? Or am I to assume you are from the Paladins? Golden City does have a tendency to stick its nose where it don't belong.
You're just as mistaken as the scientists. We are none of those.
Ah, then you are just unlucky travelers, so it seems.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Now, it seems you are able to have a little bit more free roam, and you are smarter than my kin. They, though plentiful, have a problem of understanding the nuances of how to use those injectables proper. Don't use too many, but don't use too little. Know what I mean? You always want to use the right amount.
Is there a definitive number on that?
I guess it does depend on weight, age, resistances to medicines.
He shuffles the cards in a grandiose fashion. He goes,
Now, I'm a bit of a gambling man. I run a nice little casino down here. And I would adore to meet you all in person. The young cat woman, she, whoever did her augs did a fantastic job. They look so lifelike, so real.
Ogs?
Augmentations, my friends, augmentations.
Nope, never heard of them.
Well, cat.
If that is what you choose to be, then that is what you are. Now, I am just on the other side of the main gates, and I am unfortunately trapped behind some flowing water and electrical aplenty. Now, I have all the supplies I need, but if y'all wouldn't mind turning off the generator so that at least I'm able to have more communication with my family, it would be gracious to appreciate. And I will make sure that I help you get on the elevator and head on up. I have no qualms with the scientists. They can do what they want and harvest what they want. And my family always seems to find their way back to the nest.
he gives a wild smile, and you can see some of his teeth are gold. Some are actually, one of his front teeth has got what looks like a diamond in it. And he goes,
Now, I can help get you a little further. I can let you know where the first generator is, and that'll help you get in further. Now, make sure you don't cross those enforcers. They can do quite a bit of damage to you unaugmented types. The injections seem to give you a little bit of a resistance to those hits, but hit is still a hit. So how's that sound? You help me, I help you.
I have a totally irrelevant question to what you're discussing. What year is it for you?
You know, I don't quite rightly know. I think the last time I saw connection to the Matrix, it must have been near one of the inaugural balls.
Date.
I believe it was sometime in March. I think it was like a 22nd.
Year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was like 2053, 2054. I believe they had just announced that the Godspell took its first inaugural flight.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Oh dear indeed.
Yeah, we've been trapped under the water for a couple of years now. Supplies growing a little thin.
Couple of years? Yeah. About
Don't
2000.
say anything. Don't say anything.
What? Huh?
Don't say anything.
Fine.
Do you all have the bends or something? You know, I think there is a cure for it here somewhere.
You know, you're the one who's been under the water longer than us.
But I have been here most of my adult life. I have grown quite accustomed to the sights, to the sounds. You know, when the weather is just right up on the sky and you can just see the beauty of the water, and every now and then you get to see a shark devour prey.
Or she would delight in that.
Can I roll sense motive for this guy?
Absolutely.
I'll help with that.
Kalila already just doesn't trust his butt, so.
An even 30.
He is telling the truth that he wants to help his family, and he is being pretty forthright with you on many things. It seems like he might be hiding something, but you're not 100% sure what. But pretty much almost everything he is saying, he is being honest.
Can I sense malicious intent?
It seems he is more concerned about what he is calling his family than trying to be malicious. He is just being... Faye would have experienced this with gamblers, people who run gambling dens. They talk flowery. They talk in a way to almost in a thieves' can't without being thieves' can't. He is adding extra words so that if security is around, they're not able to directly identify what he is saying.
So deciphering all of this, he's genuinely worried about his family. He doesn't intend us harm, and I can't sense an intent to double cross.
Correct. Now, you would also know that with most people that run gambling dens, if you show yourself to be useful, you are useful. The minute you are not useful, they don't care what happens. So he may not want ill will, but if it happens, he's not going to go out of his way to stop it.
Backups on backups on backups, and if one of your tool breaks, your tool breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Alright. On the other hand, if he's been down here for a few years, and his supplies are running thin, but he says he has everything he needs, I'm willing to bet he's actually kind of desperate.
He has everything he needs for himself.
But not his family.
Right.
So he's actually kind of desperate for them.
For them, yeah.
Alright. A deal. We get your family the supplies they need. You get us up to R&D.
I can't get you all the way up to R&D, but I can get you to the elevator and get that elevator working so you can get up to the next floor and deal with her. Me and her have a agreement to keep to our own level. Now, this is what we call the entertainment district. I have me theater, I have me a casino. And I have most of the traditional supplies. There's food and drinking a lot, and some of us level owners keep it that way. Usually, our agreements are running a little wide thin, but me and her have made quite the agreement. And if you're asking who, my dear, that is Emma Stone, one of the meanest brawlers I have ever met. She takes stone like it is water, and she shows it. She is a forthright one. 2-minute hits to the head made her a little overly honest. She'll tell you if you're gonna get hit, and she'll tell you when you're ticking her off. But she also has a bad habit of telling me when her supplies are too low, and I'm able to work the system. You know, the house might have us in the corner, but this house don't always win. We have always found ways around.
Alright. Send us up with a letter of introduction, so to speak.
He just kind of chuckles and goes,
I will radio up ahead before I send you up to the elevator. No need to waste her time if you don't make it. Know what I say?
Appreciate it.
Those generators can be quite dangerous if not properly used. And there are 3 that you need to boot up so that I can get that elevator working for you.
Alright. Lead the way, so to speak.
Now, you did find the Coffin Hotels, it seems. If you would have kept on that hallway just a little bit longer, you would have found the first of the generators. Most of this floor kind of circles in on itself. I am between the last generator and the second to last generator. I have my own little casino that I'm currently working on. You want to make sure you are hidden at night. Seems you all smart enough to hide in the janitor's closet to begin with, and that is easy enough to do. There are janitor closets hidden throughout this floor everywhere. Now, if you want something a little bit more comfortable, you could always double back to the Coffin Hotel. I'll make sure we get you enough Nuyen to cover your stays.
Sounds good.
But when you hear the chime of it's nighttime, I suggest you find yourself a place to hide. The family that's gone feral hunt at night, and anything that moves is prey.
Noted. Thank you. Y'all have any questions?
Nope.
No, think I'm good.
Kalila knows she'll just get herself in trouble, so she's keeping her mouth shut.
he nods, and he slowly sets down his deck of cards and holds up a glass, taking a sip of it. And his eyes spark just a little bit, and he licks his lips, and he goes,
So much better than injections. Now, I will tell you what my favorite radio host once told us. Make sure you keep to the shadows. Keep your gun loaded, and don't miss. I will contact you via the PAs if I see that you need any type of assistance. I'll also look through our old files. Maybe I can find you a couple codes to get through some of the security doors a bit quicker so you don't have to jumble with them wires.
Appreciated.
he nods.
Good luck, my friends, and don't forget to grab some supplies on your way out.
Thank you. May the odds be in your favor.
He nods and presses something in front of him, and the camera goes out, and you see across the screen, Under the Sea Gambling Casino currently closed.
Not my favorite type to work with. But it's a tit-for-tat situation. Don't cross him, he won't cross us.
That's good to know. I'll try and keep my mouth shut.
What an interesting language drift we've found here, though. Chum can also mean friend, so they've drifted into chummer to describe each other as friend.
At least according to him.
Better than fish bait. Now, what did he say was in this hallway?
there were some supplies, he had said. And when you walk in, you do see a large closet, locker, with a big green plus sign on it.
Does it look easy to open?
As you approach it, you hear and it actually unlocks for you.
We'll see what happens,
Well, that's convenient.
right? Watch it open and see what's in it.
Inside, you see another of the health tech. You see another sparker, and you see a vial that is called Jump Starts.
Well, I guess this is what he was wanting.
Oh, we ran across one of the jump starts previously. We do still have it.
So we have 2 of each now.
Yes.
Okay. Kalila will bag them in the bag of holding.
You also find a name tag, and it says Lucas Green, head casino operator.
I think I found our dude. His last name's Green.
No wonder he could open this locker for us.
Head casino operator. Guess he was somebody important.
Sure, that's actually a pretty big position if you think about it. Casinos bring in massive amounts of money. Running one correctly would be very important.
What are we calling these guys? They're not infected.
Infected, addicted. Thank you.
And there's a bunch of sleeping addicted in here, right?
Mm-hmm. They are definitely you see elves, you see something that looks like an orc, but a little bit more beefy, bigger tusks. You see something that looks like what would be considered a small troll for you, because it's not a it's still a large creature, but they seem just slightly shorter. You also see more, you see kind of a mix of different races, and you also see that some of them have metal limbs, some of them are missing limbs, but have almost like a robotic skeleton that's been pushed into their socket that still works.
All right.
You see a couple that look like minotaurs, where their horns have been fused together into a giant ring. There's a pretty big collection of them.
And yet they don't know what a gnome or a cat folk is. Ugh. Roll her eyes and walk over and investigate this electrified door that he wants them to fix.
It looks like there's something going on to where the big metal door is actually producing a massive amount of current. Like when you get close, you can feel the invisible electrical waves just hammering at you.
All right, this is beyond me. Fibulous.
The Fibulous will take a poke at the door.
Literally poking the door?
No. You would like that. I know you would.
I would.
Yep. Ow.
Go on. Touch it.
Ow. No, I'm good. I will study the door without touching it for you.
All right, knowledge engineer.
32.
With that roll, you notice that the door is almost acting like a massive fuse. It is keeping a lot of the bypass systems running, like the cameras, the PAs, but it looks like it is shorting out a bunch of systems. And you remember your parents talking about how there were some problems with the prototype airships where when all the generators were glitching, or when all of the systems were glitching, they were using doors to stop them from overloading. It seems as that's what you're dealing with. It looks like someone jerry-rigged this to make sure that the generators would keep going to run certain systems, but unfortunately it was going through the wrong way. So the only way to fix this would be to reset all of the generators that are connected to this floor.
The Fibulous like, well, I can now say I've seen that in real life. I've seen that in my life.
Seen what?
Folks told me years ago there was an issue with some of the prototype airships where there would be so much power running through the airship it would short out, and they started using doors as kind of like a circuit breaker almost to keep everything else running. The problem is, it's like whatever's the power is running through this door is probably running a bunch of other systems. So if we shut down the door, it shuts down those systems too.
So does that mean we can fix this guy's problem, or we can't fix this guy's problem?
I mean, we can fix it and turn on stuff off, but I don't know what it's turning off.
The fact that we're God knows how many feet under the water, I really don't want to find that out. So can we get through this door, or do we need to go around?
I don't think we have a safe way of stopping the amount of power that's going through this door at present.
All right.
Unless you want to use C4.
No. Say we go back around?
Yeah, well, he did say where one of the generators was. Maybe there's an issue with the generator that's overpowering the rest of the circuits. That we can adjust the power rate to where it stops using the door as a breaker and then rebalances out the power elsewhere.
Something, adjust the flow. Got it.
I just said a lot of that so I could sound smart.
Well, I don't understand it.
Well, good. That means it worked.
Quite. Alright, well, before we wake up all of the kind of emotions, family, let's go down the other hallway then.
I'd say once they're well away from the family and any potential chance of being listened to, you know that datapad said not to trust this guy.
Yeah, and the scientists who have conveniently stopped talking to us also hinted at that. I'm gonna go back to the security camera in the main closet area where the scientist originally talked to them and see if she sees any of the lights on.
The camera light is back on.
She's gonna motion at it and then point at her ear.
There is a beep. You hear battery 50%. Battery connecting. One moment.
Well, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, we had a glitch up here. We lost power. Those headsets should automatically charge as long as you're inside.
Fair. Who's Lucas? He wants us to do something to some generators in order to get onto the elevator. Because he has the thingy you sent us to go get.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Lucas always had... He's called it an ace up his sleeve. I don't know, that track had any issues. He's just an intelligence. He's one of the addicted, but he's intelligent. He's not gonna just go all feral and attack you. He's always been kind of cunning, and I don't know what's going on. He may have shorted out those generators to stop elevators from working so that he had that floor to himself. There's a weird political alliance thing going on down there that we just will let it go because we don't have the teams to deal with it, and we're not sure how, but these intelligent addicted have found ways to maybe bring back addicted that they view as their family. If they have control over them, or if they listen, they found ways to bring them back from near death. Now, if you sever no, they're gone, but it seems like whenever we get rid of one addicted, two takes place, and we don't know how. We haven't been able to figure that out.
So you're rambling, scientist. What about this generator? Do we trust him and do what he wants us to do? Or is there another way other than this elevator to get to you?
Unless you know how to hold your breath and swim and hope an airlock is open. But the pressure outside would probably just kill you.
Alright, looks like we have to do what he says.
Now, if he gave you his word, he's usually really good about it, but the minute you are not helpful, the minute he views you as disposable, I don't know what he'll do. We've never had an issue with him. We when we hired him in a couple of years ago, everything was fine until the lockdown happened, and then we don't know. We think maybe his augments inside of him are fighting the full effect of the polluted chemicals. We're not sure.
Just gonna look at Faye and Defibulus and see if they have any questions about this.
I've got a question voice in my ear.
Yeah.
So he mentioned that the Godsfell just had its maiden voyage.
Well, yeah, it was like 2 or 3 years before the lockdown happened. How is the God though? I didn't get a chance to see the inaugural flight. I heard that they were gonna do like some big flyover a bunch of the major cities.
Well, there's a little bit of a discrepancy here that I'm concerned about.
Okay.
Godsfell, according to what we found, crashed over 2,000 years ago.
In a mountain. It's
Yeah,
destroyed.
Okay, that
It was at war with someone, apparently, or something like that.
And it's been like 2,000 years.
I don't know what kind of joke you guys are playing. We're in a lockdown. We've been in a lockdown for about 10 years.
Yeah.
No. I mean, you have cameras. You can look at we're dressed. Do we look like we're dressed from your time period?
Do you kind of look like a couple of the runners that come through here. We hired a couple like just before lockdown. They actually helped get the lockdown to kick in properly.
Well, I mean, I did find this snazzy vest or duster thingy I'm wearing on the Godsfell.
And you do have a gun and they had guns, but just motions to her and Faye.
You see shamans wear stuff like that, and there are a couple of runners that wear the cloth armor. They're just reinforced with some microfibers.
All right, the other issue is like your talk of high technology
Go ahead.
doesn't make any sense to us. Like the guns I'm using are considered pretty advanced for majority of the world, except for Godsfell.
Hold on. Yeah, I don't know if these guys are right in the head. Are we sure we can trust
Wow,
them?
really?
While we're live on this, whatever. Okay, whatever. I'm done. Kalella's just gonna walk back to wherever down the hallway.
Alright. Well, look, my boss says just maybe get close enough to Lucas to kill him. I mean, if you don't want to work with him, if you can find a way to get to him, he wasn't a trained fighter. He is a gambler. He spent his whole life learning to count cards. He might have some automated turrets. We might be able to shut them down from here, but if you don't want to deal with him like that, just find a way to get a bullet in his head.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, it's that's how it is down here. With the lockdown that's been going on, it's either you're an aggressor or you work the system, and that's where it's at. All harvesters can't communicate outside their helmet 90% of the time because there's all sorts of shorts. They have a way to communicate with the scouts and the enforcers, and when they're up here, they are able to take off the helmet and they are able to explain what's going on. And it seems as if the intelligent addicted have found ways to control things, and it's literally you either get them out of the way completely, or you work with them and deal with the long game.
I have a question. How does your enforcers get down here and back up to you?
They go through the waterways. Their suits are highly pressurized. They can handle the crushing water.
Something we can't.
Right, unless you want to be augmented like them, but we don't suggest it.
And something tells me if we wanted to be
We did find a couple of suits.
we did?
I believe so.
Where?
That would have been in one of the.
One of the other rooms, I don't remember
Yeah.
which.
You found like suits. You didn't find their battle suits. Like you found maybe armor, but nothing that would be diver grade stuff.
Okay, it looked like suits, but
All right, well, we'll figure out something to do, but shutting down these generators isn't gonna like fry everything up there and get you eaten by zombie vampire addicted people?
No, the generators down there are isolated to that floor. They run like the casino's entertainment system. They run the cooling systems. I think they might run the food preparation drones and stuff like that. They won't affect anything. They're all the hatches are what the exterior hatches are controlled up here. And we are not planning on flooding the Maranda. This is a multi-billion-dollar facility that we need to repair.
Just because you spent a long time making a mistake doesn't mean you have to still hold on to it.
It's kind of a contractual thing. My job is to make sure that the Maranda gets repaired, and it seems as luck has it, you three are going to be hopefully helping us. Because when you guys get up here, we're going to need a big help doing a big thing, and my boss hasn't given me full direction. We're still working things out. Just be careful. I do have the first access code for the first generator. I'm gonna send it to you that the ID badge you have. The one that's the janitor. Okay? Alright, I will get in contact with you when you can. Just flag a camera if you need me.
Will do.
And with that, the comm goes out and you hear,
Battery remaining 40%. Switching to charge mode.
Sounds like we're being used on all sides.
I'm a little confused.
On what?
Well, I know elves live a long time. Dwarves live a fair bit time. Humans, gnomes, not as long, but
How in the world has everything survived down here for 2,000 years and they think it's been 10?
yeah, I mean, I've heard of stasis magics, but nothing on a scale this large.
Well, I've heard of sea madness. People out on this oceans for far too long get the crazies. Maybe if you stay down too long, you get crazy.
I've read about time slippage. But that was just kind of a theory. It was stories for children.
Well, something feels really, really weird here because, Godspell was on its maiden voyage, but everything we found is that Godspell wrecked 2,000 years ago after he takes out his book and starts looking through his notes. After a fight or something? I think? My notes are kind of blurry there.
Now we have to trust a gambler. But the scientists are more than happy to say put a bullet in his head.
If he causes problems, yep.
I don't like the scientist. I almost like the gambler a little bit more. He seemed more straightforward. All of a sudden, they could have told us about this. They knew about Lucas. Oh, there's some addicted that are intelligent. Why didn't you just tell us their names? There's Lucas, and now there's another person on another level. I don't feel the scientists are as trustworthy as the gambler.
I think they're all batshit crazy.
Let's proceed cautiously.
Actually, I think they're crazier than my uncle. He was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But he did have a really nice crowbar.
At least Lucas is still more enjoyable than your brother.
I mean, in a popularity contest, I think the elf wins. Then again, I think the sack of rotting flesh we found in the coffin hotel beats my brother.
I agree.
And again, I think just about everything did. We certainly did.
To the generator?
To the generator.
as you guys make your way down the hallway, you come out and you find an alcove. This alcove is covered in sheets of metal, cloth that's been ripped up. You see food wrapping scattered about, and you hear the chittering of something.
Oh, those rats.
What time is it?
We don't have a way to tell time. We just have to wait for the chimes.
There's not like a clock up on the wall anywhere.
Nope, not that you see. Does Defibulus still have the data pad?
Yes.
You can look at it.
Yep, take it out, take a look at it.
You see on the top right-hand corner, you see it's just now rolling into just about 11:35.
AM or PM?
It has a little A at the bottom.
It says 11:35 A.
I think we're okay then.
What does the A stand for?
I have no idea. Afternoon?
I don't think that's quite right. Armageddon.
There you go.
It's 11:32 Armageddon.
This feels more apocalypse.
Armageddon sounds better.
You hear the chittering of these rats, and you see one sticking its head out, and it is snarled, twitching at you as you are in the hallway.
Oh, that thing looks angry.
It does, but it probably wants the food. Do we have any of those gator rations?
The really tasty ones?
The bad ones.
Oh, yeah, we have plenty. Why do we have those?
For this, give me one.
You give her some.
She's going to chuck it in the opposite direction, or away, like to give them a path and see if the rat pine goes for it.
It sniffs as you throw it, and it kind of retreats back into its den. You hear chittering, and then something comes charging out. It is a little bit bigger than the one you saw, and it is snarling and floofed up aggressive.
I think I made it mad.
Why would you do that?
What do a regular rat and it would go after the food as she's pulling out her bow.
Oh yeah, it's going after the food, all right. I think it's 3 morsels served up fresh.
Was it? Oh yeah, us.
Well, derp.
I thought I was gonna act like a normal rat.
What is anything acting normal with us?
Yeah, no, that seemed like a good idea.
No, you didn't stop me.
Because I didn't know what you were doing.
Could have asked.
When has that ever helped?
Just shoot the damn thing.
I need a niche.
Mr. Skillingsworth will go on my turn.
All right, cool.
23.
I rolled a 9.
Okay.
18.
All right.
Yes, get the low rolls out of the way first.
How the combat's gonna go is it's gonna go Defibulus, Faye, the Rat Pine, and then Kalila.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Defibulus, top of round.
Where is Mr. Rat Pine compared to where we are sitting?
Well, where the rat is technically it charged in, so it would be where Kalila is currently standing, so it is almost it's about 10 feet away from Kalila.
Well then, I think we're gonna have to fix that.
And how are you gonna fix that?
I was thinking about maybe pistol whipping it, but I don't know if I want to do that.
You would have to get up closer because it is more in melee. It's closer to melee range with Kalila.
I know, but it's still funny just the idea of Defibulus coming up and pistol whipping someone.
Yeah, this is true.
One day.
I'm just gonna shoot the rat in the face and see how it reacts.
Are you doing a called shot?
Yeah, I mean it sounds like it's well within close range.
Mm-hmm.
By close range, you mean it's eating your face? Then yes, it is close. So yeah, I'll shoot it in its face and see how it reacts to being shot in the face. 48.
And that is a hit.
It would be 17 damage on that total. Because headshots aren't critical, are they?
Nope. All right, Faye.
Okay, so it looks like Faye is in backstab range, pretty much.
It's facing Kalila.
It's a flank bonus.
It's sneaky because it knows I'm there, but that's okay because I don't think this is gonna be terrible. Famous last words. All right, stab.
Which sword you using?
My new bony sword and the The hawk sword, because those are my two best ones right now.
First use of the bone sword.
29 on one,
Okay, hit.
32 on the other.
That's a hit as well.
Yay, let's roll damage. I'm gonna bundle the damage together and pull out my tube of d6s.
That's fine.
29 damage.
All right. Kalila, I'm going to attack you.
Of course you are.
What? I'm nice and close and comfortable with you.
You did state it charged after me, so.
Mm-hmm. Does a... Oh, never mind. This is a natural 1. It basically goes to bite at you and it trips over its own 2 legs.
Flat.
You notice something, though. You notice that it is squinting very hard. As if, like, the light are bothering it.
Not so good with the seeing in the daytime. First things first, I'm gonna get out of its way so it can't bite lunge at me again. I'll take my move action and then fire 2 arrows at it.
All right, roll to hit.
Pretty sure the first one's a miss with a 4 on the dice, but yeah, 23.
That's a hit.
Oh, surprising. All right then.
Well, I'm getting minuses to my AC because I'm in the frickin' brightness.
That's okay. My dice don't like me. Would a 21 hit?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm impressed. Okay, then. Let me roll for my damage.
I forgot to have my skeleton go.
Yeah, he's still there. Well, he was guarding the rear, so.
Yes, but I can tell him to move up and kick it.
Now you can. Should we arm your skeleton?
He has claws.
I was gonna say also, I don't think the
11.
animated skeletons like that are capable of being equipped.
Right.
So first arrow does 25 damage. Second arrow does 21 damage.
How do you kill it?
Oh, snap. Well, it was just some nice quick jumping back with a quick release of a swap swap right into its side. One probably piercing right through the ribs and maybe a heart. Lucky shot.
The rat pine lets out a screech as it drops over dead. And that is all the time we have for this week.
Well, 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 me friends, it seems as if the adventurers have made a deal with this Lucas Green, as well as reached out to the scientists who told them either work with Lucas or kill Lucas. It seems as if everything down in the Maranda is black or white, prey or predator. And it seems as if the adventurers are a little out of their element. With this strange rat pine quickly taken care of, the adventurers now can move deeper. Well, that is all the time we have for this evening. Until next time, me friends, may the dice gods bless your every roll.
We here at What the Dice would like to thank Paizo for creating Pathfinder, Epidemic Sound for our music, as well as Sirenscape for our sound effects. If you would like to reach out to us, you can do so on Facebook at What the Dice Pod, Twitter at What the Dice Pod, and of course email whatthedicepod@gmail.com. And if you liked our little adventure, please share us with your friends and rate and review us.